Welcome back everyone to episode 6 of Advanced Tactics Gold. And we have a bit of a situation on our hands. The French are pushing in pretty aggressively. We have one lone, I would say semi-suicidal, possibly completely suicidal German unit pushing in. They're putting a lot of pressure by Oxford. We have to secure up our Liverpool-Oxford, but really more importantly this Oxford-Plymouth crossroads. I'll just call this zone the crossroads. This Plymouth Crossroads, Plymouth Oxford is, it's in dire straits. I don't know what to do. I think the best thing is going to be a bit of a tactical withdrawal here and moving this unit down to keep defending my oil, which is relatively important. There's no sense in me pushing forward to Nîmes yet. We just don't have the support needed to take it. So we'll do a bit of a tactical withdrawal here, and in the north, once again, these units have come forward. I don't understand this. I'm also really unsure why our attacks are failing. Could just be bad luck, Our commanders are incompetent, but I hope it's just that. If it's just bad luck, the law of averages, we should get better luck later. I'm not going to attack this unit here. They're pretty well fortified. They have some pretty good entrenchment, around 80. It's the perfect example of a time I want artillery, but since we don't have it, eventually what I'll do is probably just push past them. I can definitely attack this unit, and the way I want to get these guys to withdraw is just by putting pressure on their supply lines. Or if I completely cut them off, then I can just bleed them dry. So that's the situation as I see it. This unit, it's so strong at 119 that I've decided it's probably better just to not attack it. Again, attack is not your friend. This game heavily weights defense. So in order to, I'm just going to keep him from cutting off any supply lines, so I will move my units in a manner to cut them off. Let's see, who has higher entrenchment? 110 here, 110 here. It doesn't really make sense. I thought one of these units was there longer, but I guess I'm wrong. I guess they have the same experience, so they probably are exactly equal. Yeah, see, experience I think goes up and normalizes around 40, just to kind of simulate how a unit, when you first form it, is not totally combat effective. I guess you need time to run some drills together or whatever. So I'll move one ranger unit all the way over here. The reason I'm doing that, I want to defend this supply line. I will create a new ranger unit here, but the problem with this ranger unit is, again, it's going to have only a readiness of 75. And this hex here is such an important defense point that I want a full readiness unit to be there. Okay, so our entire army is special forces, which just makes them normal forces, really, the regular forces. But regular forces, infantry, submachine guns here. Yeah, so the only thing left to decide at this point is whether or not I should have my rangers cut off this area or this area. It looks like they're more likely to supply from the south before they're ever likely to supply across this river successfully. The other thing I could do, because I don't... Actually, I could do this. I could move here to take this territory, and now I can choose where to move here. The reason I'm doing that is just to make sure that they also have this 10 action point penalty for moving through enemy-controlled territory on their turn when they try to leave. Now, that being done, I'm pretty sure that they won't be able to move more than just one hex. They'll probably only be able to move here. But just assuming that, because I'm not exactly sure how the action point penalty works for zones of control. Assuming that they can move too, would I rather them move here or here? See, if they move here, if they move here, I'll be able to surround them more easily. So yeah, let's cut off their original path. It's also less likely for them to get through here because there's a lot of marsh. So they might have, this might be their headquarters unit. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then moving this way, they might even be able to be supplied from this distance. Actually, now that I think about it, if I remember correctly, moving across the river is 100 supply penalty, action point penalty for supply. And I don't have any way of testing that, because I don't think I can actually cross a river anywhere. The Germans have taken all the river crossing points, so I don't even control this area anymore. Yeah. But there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to have to let that happen and just hope that they put themselves out of supply. Now, we really have to address this situation. I really don't know how to do this, though. I think what we'll have to do is move this unit back too, so that we can kind of control this critical location. And then I'm going to have to move this unit over here. Can he even get there? He can. That will kind of protect this area, and this unit will be protecting this area. I don't need this road. I don't need this road forward. I only need this crossroads and all the connections to it and from it to the north and the south. So I think it's okay if we expose ourselves a little. We'll just defend the oil. Move this unit back here and this unit here. This is part of our critical supply line, so we'll cover that as well. Now, I think it's possible for them to move up here. I believe they will have the action points to do that if they wish. Because it'll be 30 to move here, plus 10 action point because moving through zone of control. And that means it'll only cost another 60. So it would be exactly, I think it'll be exactly 100 action points for them to do that. If the readiness is not 100, they won't be able to do it. Even if they only have 99 action points, they won't be able to get there. I'm guessing. Sometimes I don't always get the movement requirements exactly correct. But that's my guess. And similarly, they can't move here. I'm not worried about this one because they cross the stream for that, so I know they can't get there. Which is why I pulled this unit back to here and not further. Okay, so we did our due diligence defending. Looks like they could get here, so I might move this infantry back. There's nothing really... if the French decide to come all the way over here, I'm fine with that. That'll just put them closer. I'll withdraw this machine gun unit and let the French fight the Germans. That would be, you know, a very good thing for me. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just continue to defend our Plymouth supply line. It's very important. I mean, this is, you can see the advantage of being the attacker, and you can see the disadvantage of being the attacker. You can get cut off, but you really threaten supply lines, and I'm being reactive. They're forcing me to react. So if they, I mean, it's an artificial intelligence. They're probably not spectacular at planning, but they might, if they wanted to, like in a chess game, be forcing this reaction from me to draw my forces from here or here to move in here. I don't know. As far as strategic points go, I don't see anything for them to gain by me shifting forces like this, other than taking pressure off of Nîmes. Now, I still have some good units available to do something. What will I do, though? I'm going to attack this unit for sure. I have 10 to 1 advantage over them. Let's see how my luck's holding up now. Okay, so now it's a lot better. We killed 4, they didn't kill any of my units. That's good. It's much more like it. It's really what I was expecting last turn, to be honest. Okay, so that means that this unit is not a threat to attack. They'll probably come back and take this hex again next turn. With their action points so low, I know that they cannot take this oil. So this engineer is free to move if he wishes. However, I don't really see any point of him moving anywhere. There's nothing for him to do. So now that this is a raw level 2, this guy's going to move over to the oil. And although I would have enough political points next turn to upgrade this from... would he even have enough engineering points? No, he needs 160. So We'll upgrade this oil from level 1 to level 2, which will be an increase of 750 at the cost of 40 political points. And then as soon as we get enough political points and as soon as this unit gets enough engineering points, we'll upgrade that to level 3, because I think oil is that important, which will give us an additional 1,000 oil at the cost of 80 political points. So, you know, diminishing returns, but again, those investments in the beginning are really worth it. So let's go ahead and upgrade this then. Now, the next goal for us is artillery. I really need artillery, which means I also need, actually this is not a bad idea. How much is it? I forget, to build a factory. Can we build a factory here? Probably not. Okay, let's just see what it would cost to build a factory, because I forget. I want a gun factory. It's going to cost 80 engineering points and 80 political points. Wow. So in order to get artillery building, I'm going to need 80 for the factory and 84 for the actual research. That is, well, it's obviously a significant investment. So 164 political points is my new goal. I don't have anything else to do with this engineer for the time being. We got this raw level 2. This oil level 2 is probably going to be the next that we do. So I'll just leave him here. He just did a little circuit. And now I remember my requirements for building a factory. Now note, a factory must be connected by rail to the headquarters it's going to be attached to. I'm attaching all my cities to the Supreme headquarters. That's just the way I do it. It's potentially smart to micromanage this a little more. If I had Bristol, for example, see, you can see it's gray, but if I switch this over to be attached to my north headquarters, all the units that Bristol produced, which right now, I don't know, some 16 staff, would just go directly into the northern headquarters. You can see the obvious advantage of that is I don't have to put the staff into my main headquarters and then transfer them here, which is a waste of rail capacity. But I kind of prefer to see them all collected into one single headquarter unit. So I prefer to have it this way, actually. It's a lot easier for me to see, okay, I have all these units. And the good news is we also got trucks. So I'll show you a little trick with trucks. And the good news is we can actually transfer some more staff around. We're at 45 here, so we could definitely use some more. Alright, let's just do that now. So we have 8,000 land capacity, and I want to eventually transfer the trucks themselves. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of a trick. I'm not sure if it's necessary. Wow, he has a lot of rail capacity. I don't think it's necessary. What I was going to do, and I'll just announce it as a trick you can use, you can choose to do a transfer of staff, let's say, using land capacity, which is your trucks. Now this is before I transfer the trucks over. So the trucks, you can first use all the land capacity of the trucks, and then after that, you can transfer the trucks themselves, because if you don't use their land capacity, as we'll see here, if I just transfer, whoops, no, I actually want that unit. If we actually transfer the trucks directly, so I want this one to get, let's say, 3 trucks for now. I'm not going to, they're going to have 0 land capacity when they're transferred. Actually, I don't want to transfer trains, no. Oh, gosh, it was almost a mistake. I want trucks. Okay, good, that's much more reasonable. I was like, why? How is this so expensive? Okay, so 1 truck, I want 3 trucks to go there. And you can see that I could use the trucks themselves to do this transfer, but that will cost me some fuel. I don't remember how much. Okay, so let's just do 1 truck transfer using 1 land capacity. I'm at 12,500. So this cost 100 to transfer 2,200 land capacity. I mean, that's pretty significant. That's 4% of my earnings for a turn. Okay, that's not terrible, to be honest, but if I had dive bombers and airplanes are so fuel, they're just fuel guzzlers, then it would be much more important. Huh. Looks like the Germans are actually pushing on the French. That's really good for me. I didn't notice that. this is probably a good time. Okay, but let me finish doing this line capacity thing first. So I'm gonna zoom. Do I want to zoom back in? I don't know if there's any transfers I need to do. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom back in. We've completed this. I think we don't need to do anything else with the units here. We just want the trucks to be moving out. I think I'm going to end up getting 16 trucks total. I'll give 7 to each of my headquarters, and I'll leave 2 trucks in my main headquarters because it currently is also being used as a normal headquarters unit. So it might also need to ferry some units back and forth. Okay. Yeah, but I have enough rail capacity. Let's just do the transfer by rail capacity. Let's do it. For now, I'm just going to transfer a total of 3 trucks to each one using rail. Good. And I also want to transfer some more staff. So let's get that as well. The question is, do I want to shift this headquarters south a little bit? No. I think it's also helping defend Bristol right now, which is more important. Actually, I could move it one area south. But it already lost its action points because I moved the truck in. That's fine. So let me grab the Supreme headquarters and transfer. Let's do 30 staff. How's that? So he's at 90%. That's not terrible. Okay, let's also transfer some more staff here. I think this unit is fine right where he is, Oxford. Why is this one? Okay, the readiness is not perfect on this one. Okay, that's fine. In fact, this unit is a little bit threatened. I want to transfer... Yeah, I'm going to make a new division here and transfer 50 more Rangers in. Yeah, we have the Rangers to do it, so let's create a new division here. I'm going to pretend that this is going to be part of this headquarters. It won't be, but for now, let's do that. Yeah, I'll just do it this way. Because I need him... I was going to suggest I just make this division card and let the transfer happen over the next 2 turns. But it's more important for me to get these units here. So let's do it this way. He'll have 75 readiness for now. That's fine. I'm content with that. And I'll switch him. He'll be up to 100, but he'll drop back down to readiness of 50 when I transfer headquarters next turn. But that's acceptable. Okay, well, anything else I need to get done? No attack here. We're set up. Okay. I'm a little worried about Liverpool. A lot of pressure. We're getting a lot of pressure. Hopefully that this aggression from the Germans... Yeah, it's kind of nice. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Germans are obviously pushing forward here. They probably have... How is this happening? I mean, we can see that this is Empire of Orleans, and this is Old Imperium. The Russians have pushed up over here. I can't tell if this is pushing the Russians pushing, which I suspect, or if it's actually the French counter pushing. But it looks like the Russians are pushing because they built a road all the way over here now. And I have no idea what's going on here. It looks like the Russians might be pushing here. Well, but the Germans better watch out. That's their capital, Cologne. Too bad I can't just, turn off Fog of War to see the AI fighting the AI, but that's okay. It'll be fun just to see how the borders play around. Okay, so I think that's actually everything I want to do for this turn. Oh, no, of course not. I want to do one more attack. Yes. So which one? This one is full, full, and full. Perfect. I hope we massacre this guy. 42, 50, 50. So 142 out of 150. See, we have... I guess this is because of the overwhelming odds. Again, see, that we're only attacking from 3 sides here, but we get a concentric bonus of 20% now. Maybe because the attack stack is so overwhelmed. I don't know. I have no bloody idea. I know generally how it works, and that's about it. Let's do that attack. Good. So just overwhelming victory. And I'm actually going to leave this unit. I'm not going to put pressure on this unit to retreat quite yet. I need to finish this unit off first. It might be interesting even. He could do another attack. There is an advantage for me wiping out this division card completely. Remember, a division card costs 1 political point to create. So even if you leave 1 unit in it, he can retreat back, reinforce, and then he saves that 1 political point. But if you completely eliminate the unit, the division marker is gone and they need to use a political point to create another one. And there's something to be said about doing the same thing here. I could move forward and attack with, well, both of these units. And I don't think there's any reason not to do that, in fact. He only has 1, so I'm going to move my rifleman forward. Again, I don't care about the riflemen as much. Their readiness is perfect, so yeah, let's just do it. Let's attack again. Attack. That took a long time, and we didn't even kill it. We just made him retreat. That's fine. Okay, so we cut off this unit. That might be enough for them to force them to withdraw. I hope so. That was a really smart thing. I don't know why I didn't see that right away, but we caught on eventually, and that's the important thing. So, okay. How much would it cost to move here? 50? So I could move here and then move here. The reason for doing that is just to expand my borders to put more pressure on them. So let me do it. This means that if to move here, they're going to suffer the 10 action point penalty, and I don't think they'll have enough action points to move here. If they do, that's okay. These units, I'm hoping, have 2 rounds. This unit doesn't have, he would be out of supply, but I'm okay with it. I'm just expecting that they won't push in aggressively, which is probably not a good assumption considering how aggressive they've been so far. But that's everything we want to do on this turn. So I'm a little worried about Liverpool. Yeah, actually, I'm so worried about Liverpool. Let's find out what we have enough to create 1 more unit of Rangers. Let's do it. Special Forces, 12th. Okay, good. Now, I'm just going to push this guy forward as far as he can go. He'll be assisting in the defense of this Liverpool, Oxford, London connection. Very good. All right, so let's end the turn. Okay, that was the Russian turn. Now let's see what... Oh my gosh, what the hell? Ah, it was a graphical glitch. I thought... Oh, what? They were able to get there. I was a little confused there. Okay, so they did attack. Somebody was attacked. I did not see where. And we lost 6 units, but we killed 15. So that's good. That's your typical defense values, right? You're going to kill twice as many people as you lose. And they did retreat back the 1 hex, which I expected. That's perfect. We should be able to do some shifting in order to attack him still. Now, I'm really confused about this. I gotta be extremely honest. I did not think... They don't have the readiness to do it. I'm expecting that the computer is playing by the rules in this case, so they must have. But when I do the calculation myself, moving here would have cost 50. 30 to move in, 10 for the action point penalty moving into a foreign area, and 10 for zone of control. Then they would have needed 30, 10, and another 50 to move here. So unless they had perfect action points, which they didn't because their readiness is not at 100. Okay, well anyways, it's just going to cause a lot of problems, and now we have to deal with a real situation here. This is very bad. Damn it. Well, this unit is gone, just gone and done the nice thing and brought himself back. Is anybody here actually out of supply, though? Looks like we all have enough supply. So the yellow marker down here means you didn't receive enough. Oh, they did. These guys are such a-holes. Oh my gosh. Extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive. Well, okay. I guess fight fire with fire. I'll probably do some counter aggression. No, there's no point in keeping this connection open if we lost this one. So F them. Let's just go and drive them out of supply. And Germans are going crazy too. Oh my gosh, we have a lot to do. Well, I'm going to call this episode to a close. I obviously have a lot of thinking to do. Yeah. And we'll pick this up in the next episode. Until then, take care.